shows, and like you keep in mind that you ought to do the same as you would do for a cover. It's a quartet for the first set, so $20 is nice. If you can't afford it, that's okay. We always wave people in if they need to be waved in anyway. But do what you can. I'll put buckets out here. So it's about showtime, right? We're streaming live to the world. I thought it would be just like a private show, but we can't resist. Okay, I'll get out of the way.
Oh, I gotta tell my people.
Yeah, tell your people they can tune in.
They were very disappointed to hear that.
Yeah, so if you know anybody anywhere in the world, Latvia is particularly wild for this, and they don't realize they have to get up early to watch.
Sorry.
Checking his phone.
Andrew, do you want a few notes on trumpet? Do you want a few trumpet notes?
Yeah, give me a second.
Angela Bennett on sound, folks. Okay.
We were not worried about the computer people too much, but in case they're out there, this is the only way they can hear me. Welcome to Bird and Beckett. We're going to start with a bird tune.
You want to mute that channel? So we can plug it into
Technical difficulties for the Webbers. You guys can hear everything here, right? All right, good. What? I'll blather on a little bit about.
Let's see how that channel sounds. Should I play a little?
I won't blather. I'll stay out of the way.
Well, now we'll just switch to this. So I have a little stand mic. Okay, you can talk to.
So way back 20 years ago, the Bird and Beckett bookstore was in a whole different location down the street, around the corner a little bit. and a much smaller location. And Chuck Peterson brought in a little group, and we ducked back into we were literally in the stacks. It looks like we're in the stacks now. Then we were like, imagine us kind of in one of these aisles with a full band setup that eventually grew into a sextet. We played in that little space with 6 people for a long time. And for me, it was such a great opportunity to be able to spend time doing music and really learning on the job with everybody in the band was over 70 years old, and I was in my mid-30s. And so I just showed up every Friday with my proverbial notebook and just tried to learn as much as I could and soak things up. Said, oh yeah, I'd heard about that. Oh, that's how that works. Okay, good. And it was such a great opportunity, and Chuck was so generous. By the way, we've named this stage the Chuck Peterson Memorial Stage because it wouldn't be here without that man. He was the catalyst behind all of this. And Chuck, week after week, would I think we were playing just for generosity, tips, and wine. I remember wine being a feature. You remember that? Yep. It was a calling card of the event. And Chuck would slide me a little money every week. You know, he said, "I gotta have you. You're like Switzerland back there in the rhythm section. You're gonna keep everything smooth and keep war from breaking out." So he would slide me a couple bucks and say, "Come back next week." And basically, those gentlemen educated me about a lot about this music. So I'm forever in their debt, and it catapulted us to this moment here tonight, which I'll speak more about, and hopefully we'll get Eric to pontificate on it a little bit too. But there's so much music to be played. We're going to continue on with some music. This one is called, did I mention that was a Charlie Parker tune? We always start with a Charlie Parker tune. This is the Bird in Beckett Bookstore, so we start with a Bird tune. It's good karma and it's good fun. And this next one was written by Frank Foster, and he calls it Simone. Yeah. There's enough of you here now that I can tell you a little bit about. I want to save all my praise for later, but I can't help being so thankful to have Omar Aran here on the drums. So fantastic, and just it's sort of Burton Beckett history night. So I'm gonna fill you in as we go along. Any drummer that you enjoy here at Burton Beckett, 98.7% of the time are playing these drums here that Omar donated to the club. So we want to thank Omar for that great service. He also goes way, way back. He got stuck up on this bandstand a lot of times with me. Yep, and always appreciate that. So I'll tell you a little bit more about the rest of these folks in a minute. That old band that I was describing earlier used to play a bunch of interesting tunes that I had never heard before, and then a bunch of real classic old standards. So I wanted to definitely include some of that tonight, so you get a flavor for what you can transport yourself back 20 years and feel what it might have felt like in the cramped confines of the old Burton Beckett, hearing a Friday night happy hour band play a song like this. Almost like being in love. That's how I feel every time I walk in the bookstore. Almost like being in love. And it's really because of all of you. I was thinking about this. It's been hard not to think about this because 20 years is a long time, and there's a lot of memories back in there. And it's hard to admit this, but I think I've been on more of those Fridays. There's been over 1,000 Fridays since we started, and I know pretty much for a fact I've been on way more of those than just about anybody else that's around today. We started, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Getting old.
Moved to the city 20 years ago.
What's that?
I moved to the city 20 years ago.
See, there you go. Mike just moved to the city when we were getting this whole thing started, and it wasn't too long after that I met him up at the Pearls. Used to have a big band, the Contemporary Jazz Orchestra up at Pearls on Monday nights, and once in a while I'd be fortunate enough to get the call to fill in and play up with that band, and I would hear that trumpet section. I'd be like, man, who's that kid? What's he doing? It's kind of crazy. And then a couple years after that, I was lucky enough to snag him and put him on my first album that I put out under my own name. And it's available here tonight. If you don't have enough Mike after tonight, you can get some more on. Anyway, it felt like a real coup to me because I said, wow, I can't believe I got Mike Olmos to play on my record, and I was so happy to have that happen. And we're happy to have him here tonight. This is Mike Olmos. 20 years in the Bay Area, going strong, the Trumpet King. We're going to continue on with a song by one of my favorite composers, Wayne Shorter. This one is called Fee Fi Fo Fum. All right, everybody seems confident. See, we don't rehearse. We just come up here and do our thing. Yeah, the great Wayne Shorter. Have I thanked you all for being here? I need to do that again if I have, and if I haven't, I'm sorry. Thank you all for being here. One of the things I was thinking about as I was reflecting on all this is just how fortunate I've been over these last 2 decades to have so many great interactions, not only on the bandstand with these amazing musicians, but also just with loving people in the community coming and being generous with their time and their support. And it doesn't go unnoticed, and we're really, really thankful that you're here tonight celebrating with us. Thank you for that. A little more history. I haven't checked the clock, but we're going to take a short break at some point, not quite yet, and we've got another set and then a whole nother show. So, you can refortify yourself, whatever it takes, but we're going to be here all night kicking out the jams. At one point, Eric had asked me, he had told me this great story about this woman, Leola King, who was a business owner, a black business owner, a black female business owner in the 1950s in America, but right here in San Francisco, and a really remarkable story. And he said, "Well, why don't you write a song to kind of commemorate this great person? In fact, it's a commission. I commission you to write a song." And so I'm not wanting to disappoint my patron. I fulfilled that, and we're going to try this thing that I wrote a couple years ago in honor of Leola King. It's got a great, great story. You should find out. It's really the history of America in a nutshell, and the history of San Francisco. Also, redistricting is something that happened here. It wasn't just a southern problem. There were things that went on here in San Francisco, and she fell victim to that process. And so thank you, Eric, for bringing it to my attention, and I'm happy to now share with you something we call Queen of Fillmore. So it should read down. Did I give you one in this fine? Did I give it D minor or E minor?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I've got one.
Why don't you call it for that?
I know you did. You know so many things. Like, all right. Can I tune? Because we care about you. So we tune our instruments.
So we do the intro as like an interlude?
It's kind of a variation on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a little interlude.
Cool. That's fine.
It's those 8 bars that or those 4 bars sort of in the middle.
Cool. Is that part of the solo form?
Yeah, well, the solos are going to be on that vamp at the end, and then the soloist can cue the form
Nice.
when they want, but it'll be one time down because when we get back to the vamp, we'll be in the vamp.
Sure.
So the cue is it's like once through the form at the end of your solo. It's sort of where it's at, and then we just go out at the end. How'd you enjoy that rehearsal?
Yeah, great. It's the inside story.
One, two, one. Oh, I forgot one important thing. I do this to my band at school all the time. I'm like, you guys ready? Be ready, be ready. And then I count them halfway and then I cut them off. So, sorry, it's a bad habit. But another audience had found this interesting, so I did want to share it with you. One of the clubs that she owned was a club called, I believe, the Blue Mirror, if I'm remembering, and it was described to me as having one entire wall that was a mirror of the club. And so sort of one of the inspirations is kind of that feeling you get when you kind of all flossed out and you're going out at night, and then you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you kind of strut a little bit harder. Hopefully you'll feel some of that in this music. Once again, Mike Olmos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Omar Aran. Bunch of years ago, probably around that same time frame, maybe even before that, I used to play a fair amount of gigs with Matt Montgomery, and I always thought, man, this kid is just a baby, and he sounds so good. And he used to travel around, no amp, just pulling strings and like filling up the whole room. Then we lost touch, and I gotta say that over the last few years, getting in touch with Matt Montgomery has been such a blessing in my life. He's such a great bass player. Give it up for Matt Montgomery on the bass. Again, I haven't looked at the clock, so if I kept you too long, tough luck. We got one more song this set, and we'll give everybody a break. And I know Mike's fighting through allergies here. We appreciate all the extra.
Oh, man. We're not suffering. Yeah, I'm suffering.
So that old band back in the day, 20 years ago, Stuffed in the Corner, with 6 people. One of those people was Bill Perkins, the great saxophonist. Bill Perkins. I guess he was known as San Francisco Bill Perkins because there was potentially a L.A. Bill Perkins too, or I don't know the backstory, but he was my Bill Perkins, and he would show up week after week with these absolutely stunningly beautiful handwritten charts that he just knocked out. It's just like, oh, we got that little gig on Friday. Let me write down 3 or 4 songs and pass them out to the band. And we've got a book full of those things, and I thought it would be nice to share one with you tonight because it really brings me back to those days. Back in those days, we would get filled up on wine, and there's a little singing part. If you've had enough wine and you want to sing along, there's a part in here that goes, goody, goody. That's all you got to do. We'll see if we can find where that goes. It goes in a few little spots, and anyway, if you're ready to sing along, goody goody is all we need out of you.
Scott Foster leading the charge tonight. Scott Foster. For those of you who missed the big explanation at the beginning, Scott's been on this gig since October of 2002. An original adopter of jazz on Friday evening. And we're doing a 5:30 show because it always used to be a 5:30 show until the thing happened. I don't need to say any more about that. But the thing involved live streaming, and it just made sense to do that later in the evening when people were desperately going to their little hovels and hiding out and watching Scott Foster play solo guitar, because we could only have soloists in the closed, dingy bookshop with the little cracked iPhone quivering plaintively in the night. But still, then we got to duos if they were cohabitating. That was titillating concept, so that was good. We went to trios where we didn't ask questions at that point. And little by little we got more sophisticated, and we have a pretty decent live stream. I said there was going to be no live stream tonight. There is a live stream. Because we can't resist. Angie back there on the board. Angie has been critical to all that working and remains that. We started on time tonight because Angie showed up. She said, you really are live streaming, aren't you? I said, yeah, I guess we are. So we started on time. Huh?
I knew you were going to.
Yeah. What can we do? What can we do? But yeah, goody goody. So Mary Goody. Yeah, there you go. See, we got some early adopters here. Mary Goody kind of talked to Chuck Peterson, said there's a little bookstore down in Glen Park where, you know, they have some jazz. Because we had a couple little. Mary Goody did that. Yeah. And so we did that. We started the jazz thanks to Mary Goody. And the reference to the Blue Mirror and the Ola King, that came from Wesley Day, who has also passed away now, but he used to come all the time. And yeah, who did he? Oh, he and Angie used to dish about people in the back. That was famously. So it's, yeah, exactly. I'm way off the mic. So it's been fun. Thank you for coming. We're going to get back to a 5:30 start in January with Scott's third Friday, January date. We're going to resume the 5:30 start time. So it's an after-work thing. It's BYOB here. So please do. Okay, break time. Scott Foster.
Hey, everybody. All right.
We'll be quiet.
There are more people than the band.
I was doing the math. I was like, yeah, they could probably still take us, so we better go ahead and get back to work. And hey, everybody out there in internet land, welcome back to the 20th anniversary of the Bird and Beckett Bookstore Music Fest on Friday nights. We're so happy to be here and have been part of it for 20 years. Oh, the champagne is coming. It's going to be quite a night. We're just getting warmed up. This is another song.
That's for after.
This has been sitting around for the last 20 years. How long?
I don't believe it. Are you
I
serious?
can't throw away champagne. I don't know. It could be like
I
2
thought
months or 20
JJ
years.
was under your bed.
all the stanzas we're playing tonight reflect how I feel about this place, and this one was called "If I Should Lose You." We're so happy you're all here. We hope you're calling for reinforcements because it's about to get super crazy in here later on tonight, and there's some things you don't want to miss. But right now you're here for this, and we appreciate that so much. That's a yes. All right, we love Benny Golson, so we're going to play some. That's Mike Olmos. Benny Golson. We're going to a bunch of it's hard to believe because there's so many things that have happened in 20 years, and there's so many things that have happened just this year alone. And one of them was an invasion of Ukraine, and it's just come back to front of mind. We did one of our Fridays. We did it was an all peace night, and we raised money for the World Food Kitchen. Eric can tell the exact amount, but it was an impressive amount of money that we raised for that them to have meals ready for Ukrainians after the invasion. And here we are all these months later, and it's back to front of mind. So we'd like to do a song by Horace Silver right now called Peace. I feel peaceful. I gotta check the clock because we got so much planned here. It's time to go, but we're gonna play one very quick exit song so that you can appreciate it one more time. Mike Olmos on the trumpet, Matt Montgomery on the bass, Omar Aran. Mark your calendars. We're gonna go back to this happy hour slot starting in 2023 January. So happy hours are back in action, and we've got one more quick one for you.
One, two.
disco ball. I mean, is that magnificent? Or what?
I love it.
Is that okay? I mean, the music was fabulous, and with the disco ball, there's just no stopping. So keep on coming. 5:30 show starting in the third week of January, but we're going to keep on our 7:30 shows. Tonight our 7:30 show is an 8 o'clock show because it is now 7:35, and we need a quick turnover. But we are adding a musician. We are actually swapping out 3 and bringing in 4. That's a pretty good trade. But these musicians, magnificent. Omar Aran, Mr. Jazzmobile, SF Jazzmobile. I hasten to add, you may have heard him with his rig in parks all over town at the curbside, presenting so many wonderful Bay Area jazz musicians.
Thanks, Eric.
In that venue. You can support that. Matt Montgomery! Montgomery! Yeah! Wonderful bass player. We're so pleased that he's been part of this for a while. Indeed. Primary, thank you. And back there in the shadows is the shadowy Mike Olmos. Mike Olmos, the trumpet king. The trumpet king. We are always delighted. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so relax a while. We're gonna have another band up in a few minutes. Scott's CDs are here.